Hey, Chief Meteorologist Kendra Kent here. Starting with a little radar. I'll let some of you hop on, then we'll get to the nitty gritty of what we could be experiencing later in the week. Because ironically, after we went through lots of severe weather awareness week prep stories last week, we're looking at our first pretty significant potential for severe weather. Can't say it's going to happen for sure yet, but Thursday will be the day that we have to watch for possible damaging wind, hail, even tornadoes will be a possibility. Now, they're going to be a much bigger possibility, and the area is actually seeing some heavy rain right now in Alabama. That's where a tornado outbreak is expected. They are in an enhanced risk on 3 days out, which is pretty big deal. And then we're in a risk for Thursday, but still the level of that risk is to be determined. Basically, our computer models haven't been completely agreeing on when all of this is going to move through for us. And that's really going to be the sticking point here, the thing that determines what we see. So now that a good number of you are on, what you're seeing out here to the west, this is some rain moving in. We've got cool, stable air in place right now. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s. It is not going to be conducive for severe weather as all of this moves in for us tomorrow morning. Here's a look at the hour by hour. So through the rest of this evening, just clouds, maybe a little patch of drizzle, but rain will pick up later tonight, mostly light rain, and then some heavier downpours as we get closer to the morning commute. Look at that, 9 a.m., some pretty good little soakers there, but not expecting much in the way of thunderstorm activity, anything severe at this point. We're just going to be a little too stable for that. So this is not the event we're talking about. The event would happen late Wednesday into Thursday with a cold front that pushes through. So this is what we'll be watching for a soggy morning commute, but not a big severe weather threat at all. Going into the rest of Tuesday, clearing up. We'll get a lull in between systems, and then we'll be looking ahead to that bigger risk on Wednesday into Thursday. All right, let me back this up here. I don't know why it fast forwarded to the wrong spot. All right, so this is the GFS model. We're going to start with it. It's the model that we're hoping pans out, but I've got the European set to show you next, and the new information on that's coming out. This is the brand new GFS model, though. Notice Wednesday night. This is where we're going to have ongoing severe weather in Alabama up to Tennessee through Mississippi. Overnight, that's going to get closer to us. And this model speeds it up a good bit so that by around 8 a.m., it's really on our heels at this point without enough time for the air to warm up for much destabilization of the atmosphere, and that would be a good thing. We don't want that. If we had that, then these storms would pack a bigger punch. There'd still be a low-end severe risk as this comes through, but notice it's pretty much out of our hair by about 3 to 4 o'clock by the GFS, and well off to the coast by about 6 p.m. on Thursday. So that would be the timing of the line if you went by the GFS model. Let's load in, though, the European model, which notice at 6 a.m. on Thursday, when this is, the GFS had it basically moving in for us then, it's still out here in Alabama, that strong line. And honestly, if the European model verified, that could change some of the severe risk off to the west because it's slowing down so much. Then this would move through Georgia and approach the Carolinas. Notice this warm frontal boundary will be lifting north, so we'll be kicking out that cooler air that we have in place, replacing it with more unstable air. And then look at that, the cold front and the storms pretty much on top of us during the worst time it could be, around 3 p.m. on Thursday, making for an active afternoon, the potential for thunderstorms, and then all of it moves out by about 10 o'clock. And then we're actually looking at some decent weather for the rest of the week. So timing is everything with this. If we can see this European model speed up a little bit, that would give us a little better feel for, the level of risk that we're going to be looking at. I think either way, even if the American model, the GFS model, which is faster, verified, we'd still have a severe risk. There's a lot of dynamics associated with this system. It just wouldn't have as much energy if that particular model verified. So no matter what on Thursday, it's going to be a day to stay weather aware. We could end up with an afternoon storm threat, and of course we're going to be here keeping you posted throughout. And we'll be bringing you updates as we get this new model information to let you know kind of what level of weather aware you need to be. I think either way, though, you're going to need to stay connected on Thursday. Make sure you have the Fox Carolina app. If you have a weather radio, that's a great way to stay connected. The good news with this one, it's not going to be one that comes through while many of you are sleeping, like what happened with the Seneca tornado. And this does not look like the Seneca tornado. I think I'm going to get a lot of questions about that because now it's almost like every event's going to be measured to that standard. Kind of like hurricanes will always be compared to Hugo. That hit the Carolina coast. This situation doesn't look like that. That they're going to have a situation like that more toward Alabama, Mississippi, but this certainly will have the ingredients for a line of storms that could have embedded rotation, could have some strong winds, so something we can't let our guard down on. So again, this would be on Thursday. The rain that's coming through late tonight into early tomorrow should just be regular old rain. It's going to be fairly stable for all of that. And much more coming up on the 4, 5, and 6 o'clock newscast today, so I hope you can tune in. We'll be talking about this and looking ahead to what we can expect the rest of the week and into your weekend too. All right, we'll talk to you soon.